Hey you guys, this is another, and I haven't been doing Reiki lately, so forgive me. So this is just another TI video. So what is a targeted individual? Without me putting my personal stories into what's happened to me, what is a targeted individual? A targeted individual, you're going to be pre-selected at birth. Okay, there's members of the elite in the NWO, which is the New World Order, from the draconian and reptilian bloodline. And this is not just conspiracy theories. I've lived this to where my father was a Marine and he was subjected to Agent Orange. Okay, I'm not a Gen Z, I'm a millennial, so it was easier for them when I, had been given and mailed out a social security number, and when my caregivers gave me my government name for me to be selected by, the government to be a targeted individual. So, I started noticing things ever since I was younger, but I'm gonna try to make it to the point where I'm not gonna make it about me right now in the beginning of this video. If you are a targeted individual, you are going to be fucking targeted. You're gonna be exploited. They're gonna get to your family and friends and try to pay them off to exploit you and make you the villain, villainize you, to where they're gonna try and test the fuck out of you, okay? And you have to have a very strong will, a strong mind, to the point where, okay, if you speak out against the NWO or the elite or Freemasons or even a cop or even your fucking draconian nephew, they will make your life a living hell, to the point where they will constrain you to living in your car. It happened to me being in a fucking rescue mission shelter or on a stairwell, homeless. Targeted individuals we are exploited to the point where we, a lot of people, this is what I don't like about fucking Winter Park. I'm just waiting for this car to go, but this car is not going for some reason, and I'm waiting for them to go. I don't fucking know. This traffic is crazy. To where, if you are a TI, if you're a targeted individual, and you have a parent who's literally in the Marines or in a branch of the military, you're going to be an easier target, because especially if someone is a character like my father was. He openly admitted to fooling the Marine Corps, to fooling the military. He was dumb, though, because he admitted this shit. He was he played crazy in order to get an honorable discharge, so he would get 2 checks a month, which enabled him to fucking put a roof over my head as a little girl. So what did they end up doing to get revenge back on him? They ended up using me as another TI. So where, after my father passed away, I found 13 ranks of Freemason rings on his bedroom dresser. My mother, being the reptilian and the handler she was over him, rushed this back to the elite fucking lodge. And I have this in my last fucking video, you guys. Okay. Then, and something told me to stay out of Walmart today, and I am fully listening. I'm not going in there. It was my gut feeling. And then, so yeah, I have been restricted to a stairwell to my car. The state of Florida did not help me. When you're a targeted individual, your name at birth, after they issue the social security card and after your caregivers give you your government name and you're selected, your name goes on a government list. So where you don't get approved for any type of help, any housing help from the state or any huge help, they don't approve you for shit. They don't approve me for child support. I have 4 children in the state. Never got a fucking dime from one of their fathers. I have 3 babies' fathers, 3 ex-fiancés. Okay. My sister made friends with the cops. Somehow, I think it's because my reptilian mother, she put in a word for my sister and my nephews, to where my sister and my nephews should be in prison and in a psychiatric prison, but they were protected and sheltered and housed by my reptilian mother, who was sent that letter. So this is the part 2 of the video that I just fucking put out. And you guys, I'm not complaining, I'm just telling you my story. And you saw in my fucking last video my reptilian mother and how she fucking came at me. You saw what the fuck she said to me and everything, okay? To the point where I'm disgusted. She was like, where are you going? It's like she's always tracking me. She's always monitoring me. They're paying her to do this, by the way. They're paying her to keep my dad's house. They paid her to be quiet about me. They paid her to fucking have Nate Jacobs, Cody, my nephew, against me and put all these problems in my life. The elite paid her to do this shit. And she just signed her fucking soul away because she wanted paid vacations and a house. Must be fucking nice to do this to her daughter, right? And just get away with it. And then I heard another targeted individual say, oh, well, the elite and the government and the CIA and all of the FBI, they all want you to think it's your family and friends doing it. In my case, it really is my fucking family doing this to me. Because she signed away her fucking signature in blood to the point where she had me by the fucking balls and she knew what she was doing. I'll never forget the day that my ex found the letter. It was a letter and it was like, there's a hammer right here, that's fucking freaky. There was a letter and it was like, you know, if you sign this letter and you join our secret society, you're gonna have unlimited paid vacations. There's a fucking birth control morning after pill, a MAP pill right there. Somebody had unprotected sex and then threw that shit out the window. Wow. Okay, so they're basically going to exploit you, turn everybody against you. But they turned my twin flame against me, and mind you, this man used to be utterly obsessed and in love with me. To the point where he would take care of me. He would like always be outside my window or my doorway for like, I don't even know. Bring me teddy bears, chocolates, roses. And then after my dad passed away, everything changed. To the point where I was getting exploited really bad from my own mother. And then, you know, my sister started burning parts of my body. And this is gonna go on my fucking YouTube channel because I refuse to stay silent about this. To the point where, you know, I lived on a stairwell. Last year I lived in my car off of John Young and Sand Lake Road. And when you go down Destination Parkway on Shingle Creek, that's when, if you go at night, that's when like the darker ETs, like the extraterrestrials and shit come out. And they fucking have this thing over there. They have 2 water plants. Then on Shingle Creek they have homeless people. And then they have like the extraterrestrials who are the CEOs and stuff, who own the McDonald's right there. They literally fucking troll that plaza. And so like they were like harassing me. They were sending like different men to my car, sending people to come and try to have sex with me. I was like rejecting all of them. It was fucking horrible. To the point where like they'll have people just fucking follow me and shit like that. To the point where like, you know, they'll have people follow me like on their scooters or their bikes, and then like they'll flash the smile, and then like they'll try to go the other way. I'll try to look at my face. They just had some fucking guy do it to me. He was a black guy. They did a lot of that to me on Destination Parkway, on John Young and Sand Lake, to the point where they have these people do these things to try to constrict your mental health, to try to make you feel crazy. It's all a mental mind game for these clowns, you guys. And you guys have to really be careful with who you let in your circle, because I have not met one trustworthy person other than my own freaking damn offspring in this life. Not one genuinely loving, caring human being. And they all call themselves fucking Christian. They all say that they're Abrahamic, they're Christian, and then all they do, there goes the fire truck going in that neighborhood, IG, I wonder why. It's probably like a Freemason fucking house they're all going to. And they know that I know about them. Everybody knows me in Orange County and Seminole County. Not everybody, but like the officials, because I'm a targeted individual. Today, they actually didn't have the ambulance and the EMTs fucking chase me down and beep at me because I wouldn't go. They're fucking assholes like that out here in Winter Park. Hope he crashes his fucking motorcycle. Yeah, I said it. That shit sets off somebody's fucking PTSD. But fucking, and he did that shit on purpose. Who knows? He could have been another one that they sent to. But that black guy had no right. What he did was he was listening to my conversation. They sent him. Then when it was a light, I was saying enough to where he went past me. He turned around, had me see him smile. Like my story was like given by like a crazy person, and then here's a cop right here. To where Seminole County is gonna come by right now. So when I was in the John Young Parkway and the Sand Lake Road Plaza, they had Jose, this Allied Universal security guard, fucking harass me and troll me. And he was telling people like Leo and all them, like, oh dude, I'm just gonna mess with her. I'm gonna see if I can get her number, you know, maybe I can hit. And I told them no. Then they wanted to fucking come and ask. They kept fucking having all these dudes come and try to fuck with me and try to hit. And try to hit and try to hit and try to hit and try to hit. And then they kept giving me food to where I was drugged and I was drugged and I was drugged, and then I was just slowly letting different guys at different times hit, with condoms of course. To where they made me this lab rat. It was disgusting, you guys. And then they tried to make it seem like the men who I refused and rejected, they tried to make it seem like I was a prostitute and I never fucking sold my shit to anyone, for anyone. To the point where, at one point, I had to work with ancient gods, fallen angels, to get me out of a really bad abusive situation when my sister wasn't balanced on her meds. To where it was another situation, but I'm gonna let you guys go now. I'm not feeling good because I did a couple of scatter frequencies, okay? To the point where like I'm half in and half out now. To the point where like, okay, if you watch targeted individual videos, if you go on YouTube and look up and research targeted individual, it has different people with their accounts of their stories, or even just different people just explaining what it is and not even going into personal details. And then some of them simultaneously go into personal details, and then some of them just say what it is. Everyone has their own story. I'm not undermining anyone. To the point where, okay, I literally was getting targeted, right? And, hold on, because I let this person in the Tesla go, and I don't even remember what the fuck I was going to say now. Okay, so they literally will, you know, some of them will go into great depth and detail about what's happened to them, and some of them will just not fucking go into detail personally, but they'll explain to you traits of what a targeted individual is. Some of them in their videos will be like, they put monitoring devices in your phones. It's all pre-orchestrated. I don't even know what the names of these devices are. I want you guys, if you don't believe me, or even if you do and you want to further research, I want you to go and look up Dr. Virtual 7, targeted individual scatter frequency. You guys, Dr. Virtual, I was using him a couple nights ago to the point where like it really does scatter it all. To the point where I wanted to test it out and see if there was really devices in my phone and shit. So I started talking to my phone when it was on black screen. And you guys, no lie, what fucking happened was the ambulance and the fucking fire truck went by and they fucking acted like there was a body in the back, and they beeped at me. They honked dun 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 5 times. Then and then I walked like another 1.2 miles, and then they waited for me in the Dollar Tree parking lot. They didn't rush anyone to the hospital. They didn't go put out a fire. So I was like, okay, this is really weird. But I was like, you know, I'm a targeted individual, so fucking shit like this happens. But they fucking let everything flow for a while, to the point where like I was just like walking and I was trying to heal and things like this. And then when I started listening to the scattered frequency, you know, targeted individual scattered frequency, I started listening to it. It started really scattering thoughts in my head where I was programmed to when I was a little girl, and they did, you know, MK Ultra monarch butterfly programming on me. Okay, they did that to me. I was one of the victims of MK Ultra mind control. I was. I struggle with self-esteem issues. I struggle with keeping relationships. I struggle with telling events in order of my trauma and how it happened from beginning to end. I struggle with not attracting narcissists to me. It's a lot of abuse that I went through from the government, from the CIA, from people in my family, my sister, my mom, my nephews, to where fucking nobody gives a fuck about you except for your kids. Trust me. And I literally fucking, you know, I'm not a victim, but I have been targeted by even people who work, like, for government officials, like FedEx. Okay, all of this shit is connected to the government, you guys. I've been targeted by my ex who works in Walmart, Hamza El Eliani, Hamza Noor. Motherfucker promised me that he would get me an apartment and he would help me and my girls out with the hotel, and I knew it wasn't his responsibility. But then he ended up throwing me under the bus after I found out that he slept with his team lead named Daniela on the John Young Parkway, Sand Lake Road store of Walmart, to where she was emotionally eating and she was all out of sorts, and I was labeled as a whore. It was such bullshit. Then I started getting targeted by several Haitians, Jamaicans, African Americans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Brazilians, just Hispanic, Latinos, just a lot. And then when they were drugging me and stuff, it was really fucked up because they were putting drugs in my Denny's food. They were putting it in my hash browns, and my bacon, and my sausage links, to the point where I was living in my car. They shut my electric car down in the rain one day. Okay, this guy that I refused at the hotel behind me, he worked at Chrysler Jeep Dodge. He was staying there illegally. His name started with the E. I can't tell you his name right now. He ended up coming later and admitting to me that he did me dirty, and because he said that I ratted him out, so that's what I get. You know, just like nasty, vile individuals, to the point where I had to open up to someone who I thought was a friend and tell him what was happening, but he was much older than me. He ended up developing a crush for me. He ended up wrongfully towing my car out of the plaza when I didn't want it to. Towing it to his fucking mechanic. His mechanic ended up trying to take advantage of me. It was bad, to the point where, and then he started taking advantage of me. And then I told him, I was like, you're like old enough to be my dad. I'm not interested in you. You know, I spoke up for myself, just like I refused all those black guys who were coming up to me. They were all like black guys. They were sending me black guy after black guy to my car, like trying to like pull their waistbands up, ask me for sex, ask me to do these things that I didn't want to fucking do, and I didn't do them, and I rejected all of them. And then when they started talking about it amongst each other, they started sending these other people who would put like burn powders on my skin where I was getting burned in my car. All of this could have been avoided if the state of Florida could have just given me HUD housing for me and my kids, and they didn't. And then when I listened to the firefighters and I listened to the deputies from Seminole County, and I followed directions, and I Baker acted Jennifer, my sister, and I, Marchman acted and Baker acted her demented son who tried to kill my son and try to, abuse me and my kids. I was the one that fucking got basically crucified and just like hung on the cross, to the point where I was just attacked, to the point where Seminole County cop did it, and I told you about Ford F-250s following me in black trucks, right? You guys should have seen the other day when I was fucking walking and what the fucking firefighter and the ambulance did to me. I had that same fucking Seminole County cop follow me twice today on foot, and I barely even walked. I didn't even walk like 3 miles from my home. To where it's mentally debilitating at this point. It's fucking debilitating. Or they turn you away and they tell you you don't have enough experience. You have a Bachelor of Science Psychology degree, but they act like it's a high school diploma. You can't even get a job at Walmart. It's fucking pathetic, you guys. And then I just saw like this orange butterfly, which, you know, and then there's the Freemason Lodge again. And then there goes the fucking black truck going to the Freemason Lodge. You see? You see? You see? I can't make any of this shit up. I will be fucking posting these videos today on my YouTube fucking channel. The devices that they put in my phone, they even fucking put in mentally on their little experiments that they did on me since I was a little girl. That's why I listen to Dr. Virtual 7 scatter frequency, because it scatters all of that monarch, butterfly, MK Ultra programming up. And I was sexually abused as a little girl. Like, they would touch me and fondle me. The doctors and my dad and his Freemason friends, and it was sick, you guys. It was sick. To the point where, like, I crave a deep love. I crave a genuine, like, almost an old-fashioned love, to where, like, a man is going to literally romance me, take me and take care of me financially, and care for me emotionally, and just, like, care for me in every aspect, to where we can be in love. You know what I'm saying? Because I have such a big heart. I know I did not deserve this. I didn't deserve what my twin flame did to me. I don't deserve what my family's doing to me. I don't deserve being targeted by whoever the fuck is doing it behind this monarch, butterfly, MK Ultra programming, you know, in the government. I don't deserve this. I know I deserve better. I just know that I do. I know that I'm worthy. I know I deserve better. I know I do. I deserve so much better than the shit that they fucking put me through. Will I get it in this life? Only if I go back into the matrix right now and give myself the soft life that I crave and desire. But since I'm a targeted individual and they have my roads fucking shut down and my finances and shit like that, do you think I'll even make it out? Do you really think that I'll make it out of this shit if I'm a TI? If I'm truly a TI? More planes following me, going over my head. I'm just sick and tired of the psychological abuse, you guys. And it's fucking everywhere now, to where, like, I don't even have a moment. I have to keep burning so much incense smoke. I have to. Like, I just ran out of frankincense. But I have dragon's blood. I have sandalwood powder. I have myrrh incense sticks. And then I have the sage. My nephew, he's trying his best to, you know, being a draconian motherfucker, because he is a draconian with dark Baphomet attachments. He's trying to brainwash my mother, the reptilian, against me. It doesn't matter anymore. She's already brainwashed. She's already in it. She's gone. To the point where, like, I look into her eyes. This woman has rings around her eyes. And it's not slits in her eyes like a reptilian. It's weird because she's Asian, so she should have, like, dark brown eyes, right? But she has these, like, bluish gray, like, rings around her eyes, or they're, like, yellowish green, and they're really fucking reptilian. It's so sick and disgusting. It's from, like, it's not even my fucking mother anymore, you guys. I feel like she's, like, a clone of her former self. To the point where, like, I feel fucking disgusted. I feel fucking disgusted. And then this is the fucking, they're also Freemasons in here. Freemasons own and run this shit. This is a psych ward that my sister and my nephews should be in, but they're not. I'm disgusted, you guys. I'm fucking disgusted. It's all mind control. MK Ultra, monarch butterfly programming. You know, everything is about the ladder of money, greed. That's what it's all about. Somebody could have, you know, a great house